In addition to making sure that your default settings are the way that you want them, it's also good to give a little bit of attention before joining each individual meeting, just to make sure that everything is set up for the way that you want it for that particular meeting. Sometimes things change, the devices that we use for our audio, for speakers or headphones, Bluetooth, different devices and cameras that we're using, and we may not want to participate in certain meetings. Maybe we just want to listen in. So we might want to set it up differently depending on what the meeting is. So let's take a look at some of our meeting specific options that we might want to play with. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start a meeting. And we've been in this virtual waiting room before in previous videos, but we've always just kind of bypassed it. But you really have some great options here which you can take a look at and consider before just going ahead and jumping right in. Like we said, with certain calls, maybe you know that you're just going to be listening or watching a presentation. And so before you even go in, you may say, you know what, I don't want to interrupt, I'm running a little bit late, let me go ahead and mute my microphone. You can do that before joining. Same thing, you could turn off your camera. Maybe you don't feel like you're presentable right now, or the room that you're in and you don't want to be a distraction. So you can go ahead and you can mute, you can turn off your video before even entering in. Additionally, you can make some selections when it comes to the audio. Maybe you prefer not to use the internet audio. And so you could, before even joining, we saw this within a call, how you could switch over to phone audio, but you could do this before joining. Click on join and use a phone for audio, and there we have those two options where you could ask for a call, enter your phone number, and even have your device be remembered. You'll receive a call and you'll be able to listen into the audio that way. Or you can dial in, have the phone number and the PIN which you would enter. So you could switch over to phone. You could even jump straight into presenting mode when you're joining a meeting, if that's your purpose. If you know that you don't need to show yourself, this isn't going to be a conversation back and forth, but more so you're just jumping right into presenting, you could do that before just joining. And right here, we have 3 dots which give us some more options. So first of all, we see that option of having captions to see a transcript of everything that's being said during the meeting. You could turn that on ahead of time so that you know that you're going to have that rolling if you want to take advantage of that. And then we have those settings that we looked at, which we played with for default settings. But if you think that some things have changed and you want to take a look at them, make sure that it's pulling from the right device that you want, make sure that it's working. This is a good time to do it, especially if this meeting is important. You're going to have some clients in there, you want to make a good impression, you want to make sure that everything's working well. So as I look at this, I do see that my microphone is working, but ideally I don't want my webcam to be used as my microphone, so I'm actually going to change that. I'm going to go back to the microphone array just from my device. So I'm going to use that instead. So it is good to give this attention. You can just bypass it and go in and try to figure it out once you're in the meeting, but giving it a little bit of forethought is always a good idea. You can test your speakers, and then again, make sure that the video is the one that you want. Maybe you want to switch to a different webcam that you have connected. Make sure that the resolution is what you want. Do you want it to be the highest, or are you trying to preserve some bandwidth potentially? So giving some time to this before you get into the meeting is really a best practice, making sure that now you have nothing to worry about and you're just going to be able to get in and join and enjoy this meeting.